Welcome to the train room. This is it back here. Haven't done anything in here in the past couple of months because it's been so nice outside, nice and cool. I wanted to take advantage of the nice weather before it got hot in the summertime. So we finished up the front yard and I'm working in the back right now. So we'll take a look at that after I show you a few steals of the train room. Okay, nothing is running there, but this is what it looks like. Here I am right here. Okay, and then here's an overall view of the train room right there. Me right over here. Okay, so you can see it's at a standstill. The last thing I did was raise this up, made it wider, put that in the back, and made this wider on this side over here too, and raised it up a little bit higher. So let's see what I've done in the backyard this past week. Now, what in the world is that? We went to a yard sale a couple of weeks ago and picked these up for I think $4 a piece. Not too bad. Okay, so here's the deal. There's the drain for the washing machine coming out right over there, and this is what they had there. They put a T in there to bring it to the surface, added a 3-foot section and discharged it in the grass above that tank right there, because the barrel, I guess, was plugged up, but it wasn't really plugged up. This thing, we cleaned this up. Z helped me last night, and this was filled with mud. So that's all they had to do was clean that up. But what they did was they put that short nipple with an elbow on it, and then put that 1.25 inches into the 1.5 inches. Nothing glued, and ran it to the surface. And so I had to dig all this stuff out, and so I'm redoing it. Gonna run it down in there. Oh yeah, another thing I had to do, well, I had to cut that out to see what was in there. And what I did was I cut some more slots in there. I don't know if you could see it, but I took the sawzall and cut some slots in there. They had some holes drilled in there, but not very many, and they're real small holes, so it didn't drain very much water out, I guess. So I cut some slots in there to drain better, and then I had to cut this part right here because it was going uphill. Probably the biggest problem was it came out of right here and went uphill to right here, so it was backing up. So I had to cut that out, and when I cut that out, I didn't see the sprinkler line right behind it, or right underneath the lip. It's down lower now, but it was right underneath the lip right here, so I nicked that, so I'm gonna have to replace this line. Now all I gotta do is go to Lowe's and pick up some supplies and put this thing back together, and then I got to find something to put over top of this. What I'm gonna do is put another elbow in over here and put a riser in there for a clean out, just in case it gets plugged up again. So that's my project for today. Well, the first thing I had to do was put a new sprinkler line in. I just covered it up over here. But I had an old splice in here that I did 2 years ago, a temporary one before I found everything. and then this got covered back up before I bought this hose later on in that summer. But went all the way back here and put it in, spliced it in right there at that T. So now that I got that out of the way, I could backfill this part over here. Well, I finished up the piping on there. I got the, it's 3/4 inch CPVC, and the leak was up on top. I replaced everything down on the bottom down there, and come to find out, the leak is right up here. So I replaced the fittings at the top, and then the Y adapter sprung a leak with a pinhole. I replaced that with a straight valve and then capped off the hot water line. Washer running right now, waiting for it to drain. I let this thing drain out for a while. I found a piece of plywood back there. It's 17 inches wide, or 17.5 inches wide. It just barely, well, it fits long enough this way, but a little bit of the rim hangs out on either side, and that's no problem because I got some of that foam, expanding foam right there. Put a couple of good coats of paint on it, make sure it's covered up real good. Okay, here's the thing draining right now. Right up to the pipe almost, about 1 inch lower than the pipe. So let's see how long it takes to drain. I priced out a lid for the barrel, and the cheapest one I could find was $29 on Amazon. So I improvised. I took a heavy-duty garbage bag and put it over top of it, and took some 14 gauge wire and wrapped it around to seal it. And then I used the expandable foam to cover it up, and then I put the plywood on top to seal it, and then covered it up with dirt. Here is what the area looks like during a heavy rain, so I have to do a little change of plans here with the pavers. I got the washer drain all covered up, and what I got to do now is get all the stones out of the way. I got to move all these pavers out of here, and I'm going to put bricks along the back over here and extend the pavers out, so when it rains, it runs off the pavers and into the grass. And you can see right here, I don't have any gutters right here, and they didn't leave enough room, didn't leave any overhang from the roof to put gutters in. I might be able to put gutters over here, but not up here. So I have to extend all the pavers out far enough to get it away from this area here. I made this little gizmo right here so I could separate the rocks from the sand. Well, here it is Friday night. I pulled up all the pavers that were in there, and I got all the rocks out of the way, and I just have to dig out, probably about another 2 foot out, and add some more, get some more pavers at Home Depot, and I'll be ready to finish this thing up on Saturday. Once I finish up this project, I'll have just one more thing to do in the back, cleaning up all the stuff way in the back of the yard by the fence where we tore out those 19 trees 2 years ago. A lot of the trunks are rotting on the outside, so I knocked them all out. I got a couple of other dead trees back there I got to cut out. I got to weed all that stuff back there, and then it's back in the train room working on trains. So until the next time, we'll see ya.